word. What a stonker that is. Dakota Fanning. Did I upload yet? No, I didn't. 1 second. There we go. Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning. Walking. Create. Next, Billy Graham, the preacher, the gospel believer. In the name of the Lord, I've come here today to preach the word. That looks like an eyeball. Oh, look. Masonic compass in plain view. Billy Graham preaching to 60,000 Christians. You liar, you deceiver, you shameful, disgusting abomination to God. This person may have done some good in the world in terms of belief in God, but it's a false idol preaching it to you. It's not a real man. It's a woman pretending to be a man. You only have to look at the family. The daughter's arms and hands. Look at the necks on them two. You got to be kidding me. Look at the husband with the strings of pearls to hide the length of his neck. And you got 2 little girls. There's 4 boys and 3 girls in that picture. Explain to me how Mrs. Graham has got a bigger face than Mr. Graham. Explain to me how these two have got bigger, longer necks and faces than Billy Graham, who sat right in front of them. The small faces here, that's meant to be a full-grown man. The only thing that's big on that skull is the 5-head look. Billy Graham. There, full mince. Look at it. Mincing, man, in that order. Billy Graham's squashed down face. Again, I'm seeing Charles Napier. Not quite the same curled up chin that Charles Napier had, but it's the massive 5-head and the squashed face. Very similar. It's because I'm looking at female skulls. That's what's doing it. There's another one. Johnny Cash. With your close set eyes. Again, Johnny was a big believer in God, right? Tell him that God's going to cut you down. Well, I don't believe that they believed in God. They know God was real, but they didn't. They just pretended to believe in God as normal people do. You see, I don't have a belief in God. I know God exists. There's no other way to explain this world to me other than a miracle worker, and that would be God. There's no faith needed for me to see God. I don't need this fake pastor. I don't need the book. I don't need cardinals and popes. I don't need none of it to know that God exists. The world itself explains God to me. The skeletons he created describe God's intellect to me, his intelligence, the way he designed every organ for every animal. Some of them change colours. Some of them are beautiful like peacocks. Some of them are more dull like pigeons. But regardless, all of these beautiful animals that God created for us to look at and observe, they all have a same life, a biological system like us. 2 eyes, a brain, a mouth, a stomach. Just the bodies alone of any animal, don't matter if it's a dog, a cat, a fish, a bird, it's amazing. And he made them for 3 different environments: land, sea and air. And then at the top of all of this beauty and design, he put his pride and perfection at the top. Man, us, created in his image, able to think like him, able to create laughter and love and poetry and music, able to create families. Just the communication skills among people determine that God exists. All right, birds sing, whales sing, dogs bark, but none of them communicate like we can. That's why we are the image of God. We have communication skills. We have endless possibilities to do right or wrong. The devil only wants you to do wrong. And even when you think you're being told the right words, you're still looking at the devil in disguise. Billy Graham, 2 first names, walking. We've got one gate. Did I put Billy Graham into the back file? I don't know if I did. Let me 1 second. Billy Graham. Search. Oh, I'll put a Y in there. It shouldn't be that. Search. Billy Graham. He runs like a girl. This is what's catching my eyes. Elbows down and out, look. Just like the German schoolgirls. Same again here. Elbows out. Shoulders twisted. Is that Billy Graham there? Because that's a nice gait if it is. I don't know which one. It is Billy Graham. Inline footfall, but that's a beautiful mince right there, but it's small. There's a nice inline. Come. There's a nice inline right there. Billy Graham. Look at the husband with a space between his feet. Who's that? Skipping the way down the stairs. I don't know. There's a nice one. Billy Graham. Straight-legged man. Look at that Adam's apple. And a really tall girl. That's how they fooled us, by growing these tall women and keeping the men shorter. That's how they got away with it. If all celebrities, if the woman retained the normal size and the man retained his size, they wouldn't have got away with it as easy. No way. People would have noticed. But because they can grow these tall women, these basketball players, Shaquille O'Neal and Kyrie Irving, etc., because they can grow these tall women, the masquerade is easier for them to pull off. Because women are not naturally this big, are they? In couples, it's the man that grows biggest and the woman stays small. Like a sardine in a can. The women are always petite. They don't have these big bulky shoulders and massive man-hands, etc. Don't get me wrong, Billy Graham's head it's a meathead. It's an absolute meathead, but it's a female skull. That's why it looks like a meathead up top. That's what we call them meatheads for, because they've got big 5 heads. And when you make a woman really big, you're magnifying that 5 head. It becomes a 6 or 7 head, like Billy Graham had. There's a nice female Bigfoot right there. And the husband. From Flamingo. Straight-legged man, big feet. Once in a lifetime. Water flowing underground. Is that you there, or is that Donald Trump? Oh, it's Donald Trump. And Pence mincing. Look at the size of them feet. She's got little hands and little feet, Donna, I think. Well, I don't think I know. Billy Graham. 2 first names. We're done. Backfire. What are you saying? There is a Billy Graham. Billy Graham. 2 first names. Post. Tweet. Next. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Do. Where were we? Billy Graham. Lou Ferrigno. The Hulk.